Hello, my name is Goldguard and welcome back to Streetball AllStars. Alright everyone, today we're going to be talking about the most improved shooting guard in my opinion in the entire game. Probably the most improved character in the entire game that definitely deserved it in the first place. And yes, we're talking about Mary. Let's get into it. Alright everyone, so before we get started, yeah, I know, it wasn't really recent, it happened a while back now, but it's definitely still real. I still believe that Mary had the best buff in the entire game with just how effective it's been and how much it's made her more useful. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about firstly what Mary does in the first place. So Mary is going to be a primary scorer for your team, and her job is pretty similar to Fire King, where she specializes in taking 3-pointers and is pretty effective as well in shooting mid-range shots. And she has a lot of good skill set, especially after the change. We'll talk about that later, but for now, yes, Mary's going to be your main scorer if you use her on a team. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at her abilities. Alright, so looking here, we see that she has 73-point shot as her base stat. That's really good. That's one of the highest in the entire game. So that means she is really good at taking those 3-pointers. She excels at it. Next up, 55 mid-range shot. That's actually really good as well for a shooting guard. That means Mary is a good mid-range shooter. So if you want to shoot 2-pointers with mid-range, go ahead. She's really good at sinking those. We have 40 close shot and 36 dunk. About the normal stat for a shooting guard. Not that great, but that's not their job. 53 steal, 58 dribble. Again, guys, dribble is not a good stat. Do not try to increase this. It does not make it harder for enemies to rip you. As long as you hold that ball for 1 second too long, you're getting ripped anyway. Do not get dribble stat. It's not good. It's not going to help you out. Do not increase this. But yeah, 58 dribble, that's pretty good, but like I said, doesn't really matter. It does not matter. 56 pass, that's actually pretty good. That means Mary's actually a decent passer. Now, 57 speed. Do not let this fool you. This may look like it's not that much, but it actually is a lot for Mary. Mary's a pretty fast character. Again, we'll take a look at her skills later, but for now, I want you to know to not be fooled by 57 speed. That does not mean Mary's just sort of fast. She's actually a pretty fast character. Now, 44 jump, 35 rebound, 25 block, and 27 power. Again, it's pretty much the norm for a shooting guard. It's not really that good at it, but that's not her job. But with these being said, I want you to focus on giving her mostly 3-point shot. I want you to maximize her 3-point shot. I want you to make her 3-point shot the highest it can be any way you can, with quotes, assists. Your main goal is to increase her 3-point shot. And if there's some, stuff left where you can actually put other stuff into other stat, in which case, give her mid-range a little boost, if not her speed, if not both. Give her mid-range and speed a little boost if there's anything left, but I want you to focus on giving Mary 3-point shot. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about her skills. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look into her different skills. So firstly, we have quick fill-in. All shooting guards have this. It helps out on defense. It's not mandatory to have, but if you do have it, it is pretty useful. It might help you out on defense. So again, not mandatory, but nice to have. Next up, we have fadeaway 3-pointers. Make sure to get this. This is very powerful, especially after the Ace update. Almost all shooting guards now can shoot a fadeaway 3-pointers and it's going in. Most of the time, as long as it's wide open. So yeah, make sure to unlock and max out fadeaway 3-points as soon as possible. Next up, we have step back. Again, a shooting guard staple. Make sure to get this. It makes your dribbling way better. It makes you way better at actually trying to break your opponent's ankles. It comes in really useful. Can be connected with, fadeaway 3-points. Make sure to max this out as well as soon as you can. So, firstly, we have here her first exclusive skill, Enhanced 3-points. It pretty much just makes her 3-pointers way better. So, make sure to max this out as soon as possible. Not really much explaining needed here. It just makes her 3-points better. So, her second exclusive, her first level 4, we have Flash Shot. As I've said before, no matter the character, as long as you get the Flash Shot skill, make sure to have this. This is one of the most important skills in the entire game. It is one of the most effective skills of getting you wide open, of shooting on your opponent's faces. This is one of the most important skills in the entire game offensively. Make sure to get Flash Shot and max it out as soon as you can, especially if it's level 4 like this for Mary, right? But even if just level 3, make sure to max this out. It's incredibly important. And for Mary, it's definitely one of her most important skills. So, next up, we have what made Mary, in my opinion, an S shooting guard. It's what made Mary so good right now compared to before, where she was a bottom tier character. Now she's actually one of the better characters in the entire game. Off-ball acceleration. This just makes it so that she can run while she doesn't have the ball, whether it be on offense or defense. And I want to specifically just say the part defense. Mary is a defensive monster because of this skill. You know, those shots that look way too far and, I can't really reach it. So it's going to be a wide open tree for the enemy. Well, Mary can probably reach that because of this skill. The fact that it works on offense and defense, off-ball acceleration, one of the most important skills in the entire game, and Mary has it. Mary has the skill, so make sure to get this skill for Mary and max it out as soon as you can. Because this skill is what changes Mary. It makes her a defensive monster and it makes her better at offense too. So yeah, make sure to max out off-ball acceleration. And finally, we have Drift 3-points. Her second level 4, and come on now, of course, as well. You gotta max this out. Just makes it so that you can actually shoot 3-pointers, even if, the character is pretty close to you. As soon as, just as possible, if there is a little bit of space, you can still shoot this shot. So make sure to get Drift 3-points for Mary and max it out as soon as you can, since it's level 4 as well. But yeah, so as you can see there, mostly for offense, but because of off-ball acceleration, she actually becomes really, really good defensively as well. So those are Mary's different skills, and that's why I'd say she's actually one of the most improved characters. Because this ball, or this skill I should say, this skill literally just changed Mary. It made her such a great character, especially on defense because of off-ball acceleration. But yeah, now let's go ahead and watch a video where I use some of these skills, and we'll talk about some more about Mary. Alright, so let's talk about, firstly, the characters that you're going to want to team up with Mary, Who are you going to want to use when you use Mary? So with point guards, any point guards will actually do. Any point guards, whether they specialize in passing, defense, or scoring, they can be really good when paired up with Mary as long as the Mary knows what they're doing. But in particular, it's really good if the point guard that you're with has the ability pinpoint pass or specialized pass. Pinpoint pass or specialized pass, really good with Mary, especially because she has the off-ball acceleration skill. It pairs really well with that if you have pinpoint, because it makes her so much more deadlier in offense, since she has flash shot, drip shot, and with that off-ball acceleration, she just becomes way deadlier. So with any point guards can work. Any point guards will be really good with Mary, but you especially want those point guards that has pinpoint pass, or specialized pass. And with the bigs, you're gonna want a pure rebounder. You're gonna be wanting to use a rebounder since Mary does miss here and there with her, mid-range shots, which are most likely going to be contested since you're only gonna want to shoot wide open 3-pointers. But yeah, you're gonna want to use a pure rebounder. To be specific, I think you're gonna want to use Emma because she also has the ability to screen the enemy really effectively. So Emma will be your best bet, but other than her, other pure rebounders will do a better job than just a defensive power forward. And also, since I, given a specific, with Emma, with point guards, you're gonna want, I'd say, Mo Chan, Albert. They're gonna be your best bet since they do have specialized pass, and specialized pass actually has pinpoint as well. Now, for the matchups that you're gonna want to get, believe it or not, it's going to be best to have dunkers to match up against dunkers. See, as long as you have the affix tough guy, you become pretty good actually at, against dunkers. As long as you have tough guy, you can make them miss. You can help in actually defending those. And because they're dunkers, they are going to be a bit slower than others. So when it comes to actually getting matchups, you're going to want to match up against slow dunkers so that they have a harder time at actually stopping your 3-point shots and that try to chase you down because you have off-ball acceleration. So yeah, you're gonna want to go up against slower dunkers, and your matchup against shooters are going to be just fine. It's going to be normal. It's gonna be a little tougher because most shooters are actually faster than dunkers, but yeah, it's going to be normal. What you're not gonna want to get are characters who specialize in, shutting down shooters. Characters like Nikolai and Rika, and maybe Elise. Those guys who specialize in shutting down shooters, maybe you might have a hard time with them, so they're the ones that you're gonna want to actually avoid. Other than that, everybody else are fine, and you're gonna want to actually match up against dunkers who are pretty slow. And finally, let's talk about meta. And Mary isn't really meta, but for some reason I've actually noticed some high tiers using her, and that's pretty cool to see. But yeah, Mary isn't really meta, but she can do pretty well, again, especially because of that off-ball acceleration, and because of how powerful Tough Guy FX is, it can be pretty useful, and Mary can actually do pretty well. Anyways guys, this video has been very helpful, hopefully it's been very helpful for you guys, and hopefully you found it somehow entertaining. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.